And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men. And he divided the children unto Leah, and unto Rachel, and unto the two handmaids. And he put the handmaids and their children foremost, and Leah and her children after, and Rachel and Joseph hindermost. And he passed over before them, and bowed himself to the ground 7 times, until he came near his brother. And Esau ran to meet him, and embraced him, and fell on his neck, and kissed him. And they wept. And he lifted up his eyes, and saw the women and the children, and said, Who are those with thee? And he said, The children which God has graciously given thy servant. Then the handmaids came near, they and their children, and they bowed themselves. And Leah also and her children came near, and bowed themselves. And after came Joseph near, and Rachel, and they bowed themselves. And he said, What meanest thou by all this drove which I met? And he said, There are to find grace in the sight of my Lord. And Israel said, I have enough, my brother. Keep that thou hast unto thyself. And Jacob said, Nay, I pray thee, if now I have found grace in thy sight, then receive my present at my hand. And thereof I have seen thy face, as though I had seen the face of God, and thou wast pleased with me. Take, I pray thee, my blessing that is brought to thee, because God has dealt graciously with me, and because I have enough. And he urged him, and he took it, and said, Let us take our journey, and let us go, and we will go before thee. And he said unto him, My Lord knoweth that the children are tender, and the flocks and herds with young are with me. And if men should overdrive them one day, all the flock will die. Lord my God, Lord, I pray thee, pass over before his servant, and I will lead on softly, according as the cattle they grow up before me, and the children be able to endure until I come unto my Lord, unto Sir. And so said, Let me now leave with thee some of the folk that are with me. And he said, What needeth it? Let me find grace in the sight of my Lord. And Israel returned that day on his way unto Sar. And Jacob journeyed to Succoth and built him a house and made booths of his cattle. Therefore the name of the place is called Succoth. And Jacob came to Shalom, a city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan. When he came from Padan Aram and pitched his tent before the city. And he bought a pearl of the field where he had spread his tent at the hand of the children of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money. And he erected there an altar and called it Ellen Israel. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, and Velak, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her. And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the damsel and spake kindly unto the damsel. And Jacob spoke unto his father Hamor, saying, Get me the damsel to wife. And Jacob heard he had defiled Dinah and his daughter. Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they were come. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out until Jacob to commune with him. And the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved, and they were very rough, because he had rough folly in Israel in line with Jacob's daughter, which things ought not be done. And Hamor come on with them, saying, The soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you give her him to wife. And make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you. And ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade ye therein, and get you possessions therein. And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, Let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me I will give. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me, but give me the damsel to wife. And the son of Jacob answered Shechem, and Hamor his father deceitfully it said, because he had defiled Dinah their sister. And they said unto them, We cannot do this thing, to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach to us. But in this will we consent unto you, if ye will be as we be. that every male of you be circumcised. Then will we give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters to us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one person. But ye hearken unto us to be circumcised, then will we take our daughters, and we will be gone. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechel, Hamor's son, and the young man deferred not to do the thing, because he had delight in Jacob's daughter, and he was more honorable than all the house of his fathers. And Hamor and Shechem his son came unto the gate of their city, and communed with the men of their city, saying, These men are peaceful with us. Therefore let them dwell in the land and trade therein. For the land, behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives. Let us give them our daughters. Only therein will the men consent unto us for to dwell with us, to be one people. If every male alone us be circumcised, as they are circumcised. Shall not their cattle and their substance and every beast of their be ours? Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us. And unto Hamor and unto Shechem his son hearkened all that went out of the gate of his city, and every male was circumcised, and that went out of the gate of his city. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore, that two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Donnan brethren, took each man his sword, and came upon the city boldly, and slew all the males. And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Danah out of Shechem's house, and went out. The son of Jacob came upon the slain, and spoiled the city, because they had defiled their sister. They took their sheep, and their oxen, and their asses, and that which was in the city, and that which was in the field, and all their wealth, and all their little ones, and their wives took they captive, and spoiled even all that was in the house. And Jacob said unto Simon and Levi, Ye have troubled me to make me to sting among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites, and I being few in number, they shall gather themselves together against me and slay me, and I shall be destroyed, and I my house. And they said, Should he deal with our sister as with an harlot? And God said unto Jacob, Arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God that appear unto thee when thou fleetest from the face of Esau thy brother. Then Jacob said unto his household and to all that were with him, put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments. And let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto God, who answered in the day of the distress, and was with me in the way which I went. And they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods which were in their hand, and all their earrings which were in their ears. And Jacob hid them under the oak which was by Shechem. And they journeyed, and the terror of God was upon the city that were rounded upon them, and they did not pursue after the son of Jacob. So Jacob came to Luz, which is in the land of Canaan, that is Bethel, he and all the people that were with him, and he built there an altar, and called the place El Bethel, because there God appeared unto him when he fled from the face of his brother. But Deborah, Rebekah, nurse died, and she was buried beneath Beth Echo and Oak, and the name of it was called Anna Buttock. And God appeared unto Jacob again, and we came out of Padan and Aram, and blessed him. And God said unto him, thy name is Jacob, thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. And God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of the lines. And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee I will give it, until thy seed of thee will give the land. And God went up from him in the place where he talked with him. And Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he talked with him, even a pillar of stone. And he poured a drink offering thereon, and he poured oil thereon. And Jacob called the name of the place where God spoke with him Bethel. And they journeyed from Bethel, and there was but a little way to come to Ephraim. And Jacob traveled, and she had hard labor. And it came to pass, when she was in a hard labor, that the midwife said unto her, fear not, thou shalt have his son also. And it came to pass, as her soul was in departing, before she died, that she called his name Beyond, but his father called him Benjamin. And Rachel died and was buried in the way to Ephraim, which was Bethlehem. And Jacob set a pillar upon her grave. That is the pillar of Rachel's grave unto this day. And Israel journeyed and spread his tent beyond the tower of Eder. And it came to pass, when Israel dwelt in that land, the Reuben went and lay with Balaam, his father's concubine, and Israel heard it. Now the sons of Jacob were 12. The sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and Simeon, and Levi, and Judah, and Israel, and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel, Joseph, and Benjamin, and the sons of Bilhah, Rachel's handmaid, Dan, and Phithah. And the sons of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, Gad, and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob, which were born to him in Padan Aram. And Jacob came into Isaac, his father, unto Moriah, unto the city of Aram, which is Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac sojourned. And the days of Isaac were 180 years. And Isaac gave up the ghost and died, and was gathered unto his people, being old and full of days. And his sons Isaac and Jacob buried him. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan, Anna, the daughters of Elam, the Hittite, and Abel, the daughter of Anna, the daughter of Sebon, the Hivite, and Bashmath, Ishmael's daughter, sister of Nabat, and Abba bare to Ezla, and Bashmath bare Rizah, and Ablam bare Josh, and Kala, and Korah. These are the sons of Uzzah, which were born unto him in the land of Canaan. And also took his wives, and his sons, and his daughters, and all the persons of his house, and his cattle, and his beasts, and all his substance, which he had got in the land of Canaan, and went unto the country from the face of his brother Jacob. For their riches were more than they might dwell together. And the land wherein They were strangers, could not bear them because of their cattle. Thus dwell Es in Mount Sar. Esau is Edom, and these are the generations of Asa, the father of the Anamites in Mount Sar. These are the names of Asa's son, Iphas, the son of Ada, the wife of Asa, Ra, the son of Bashmath, the wife of Asa. And the sons of Iphas were Timon, Omar, Zaloph, and Gala, and Kenza, and Tamna was concubine to Phyllis, Asa's son, and she bare to Izzos, Amlak. These were the sons of Ada, Asa's wife. And these are the sons of Rula, Naph, and Zara, and Shama, and Mazah. These were the sons of Bashmath, Asa's wife. And these were the sons of Alma, the daughters of Anna, the daughters of Zibeon, Asa's wife, and she bare to Asa, Josh, and Jalam, and Kara. These were dukes of the sons of Asa, the sons of Isla, the firstborn son of Asa, Duke, Telma, Duke Omar, Duke Zephyr, Duke Zena, Duke Korah, Duke Gala, Duke Amna. These are the dukes that came of Alphas in the land of Enom. These were the sons of Allah. And these are the sons of Ruah, Esau's son, Duke Nathos, Duke Zora, Duke Shama, Duke Mazah. These are the dukes that came of Ralom in the land of Enom. These are the sons of Bethlehem, Issa's wife. And these are the sons of Amla, Issa's wife, Duke Josh, Duke Jamla, Duke Kara. And these were the dukes that came of Abla, the daughters of Anna, Issa's wife. These are the sons of Asa, who was Enom. And these are the dukes. These are the sons of Sarah, the Harat, who inhabited the land, Lanan, and Shablan, and Zimeon, and Anna, and Deshan, and Erzah, and Deshan. These are the dukes of the Horites, the children of the Sarah, in the land of Enom. And the children of Lanan were Hara, and Heman, and Ladan, sisters, was Tenan. And the children of Samla were these, Alvin, and Madan, and Abner, Shepho, and Anna. And these are the children of Zimbon, both Ajah and Anna. This Anna that found the mules in the wilderness, and he fled the asses of Zimah, his father. And the children of Anna were these: Dishan and Alma, the daughter of Anna. And these are the children of Dishan: Himna and Ishban and Amram and Sharon. The children of Israel are these: Bala and Zana and Kana. The children of Dishan are these: Os and Ar. These are the dukes that came of the Horites: Duke Lan, Duke Shaw, Duke Zimri, Duke Anna, Duke Dishan, Duke Uzra, Duke Dishan. These are the dukes that came of Hurrah among the dukes in the land of Sarah. And these are the kings that reside in the land of Anam before there reside any kings over the children of Israel. And Bala, the son of Barah, Ryan, and Edom, and the name of his city was Deham. And Bela died, and Jacob, the son of Ezra of Arah, reigned in his stead. And Jacob died, and Job died, and Hasham of the land of Timon reside in his stead. And Hashman died, and Hawa, the son of Beda, who smote Midian in the field of Maba, reigned in his stead, and the name of his city was Abath. And Hawa died, and Salaph and Masra reigned in the stead. And Salmon died, and Salu of Rabbah by the river reside in his stead. And Saul died, and Balhanan, the son of Abra, reside in his stead. And Balhanan, the son of Arak, died, and the Harab reside in his stead. And the name of his city was Paul, and his wife's name was Methabel, the daughter of Mitri, the daughter of Saba. And these are the names of the dukes that came of Uzzah, according to their families, after their places, by the names: Duke Tamar, Duke Alma, Duke Jacob, Duke Ablam, Duke Elam, Duke Penna, Duke Canas, Duke Timmons, Duke Mizbah, Duke Malach, Duke Rana. These be the dukes of Edom, according to their habitations in the land of their possessions. He is our the father of Ismael. And Jacob dwelt in the land wherein his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan. These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flocks with his brethren, and the lad was with the sons of Bilhah. and with the sons of Zebul, the father's wives. And Joseph brought unto his father their evil report. Now Israel loved Jacob more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him, and they could not speak peacefully unto him. And Joseph dreamed a dream, and when he told it his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. And he said unto them, Hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed. For hold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose, and also stood upright. And behold, you sheaves stood round about and made obedience to my sheaf. And his brethren said unto him, Shall thou indeed reign over us? Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words. And he dreamed yet another dream, and told it his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obedience to me. And he told it to his father and to his brethren, and his father rebuked him and said unto him, What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee, to the earth? And his brethren envied him, and his father observed the same. And his brethren went to feed their father's flocks in Shechem. And Israel said unto Joseph, Do not thee brethren feed the flock in Shechem? Come, and I will send thee unto them. And he said unto him, Here am I. And he said to him, Go, I pray thee, see whether it be well with thy brother, and well with the flocks, and bring me word again. And he sent him out of the vale of Hermon, and he came to Shechem. And a certain man found him, and blessed, and behold, he was wandering in the field, and the man asked him, saying, What seekest thou? And he said, I seek my brethren. Tell me, I pray thee, where they feed the flocks? And the man said, They are departed hence, for I heard them say, Let us go to Dothan. And Joseph went after his brethren, and found them in Dothan. And when they saw him off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him. And they said one to another, Behold, this dreamer cometh. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him, and cast him into some pit, and we will say, Some evil beast hath devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out their hands, and said, Let us not kill him. And Reuben said unto them, Shed no blood, but cast him into this pit there is in the wilderness, and lay no hands upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, to deliver him to his father again. And it came to pass, when Joseph was come unto his brethren, that they stripped Joseph out of his coat of many colors that was on him. And they took him and cast him into a pit. And the pit was empty. There was no water in it. And they sat down to eat bread. And they lifted up their eyes and looked. And behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead with their camels bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, came to carry it down to Egypt. And Jadu said unto his brethren, What profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? Come, and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh. And his brethren were content. Then there passed by Midianites and merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver. And they brought Joseph into Egypt. And Reuben returned into the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes. And he returned unto his brethren and said, The child is not, and I, whither shall I go? And they took Joseph's coat and killed a kid of goats, and dipped the coat in the blood. And they sent the coat of many colors, and they brought it to the father and said, This have we found. Know now whether it be thy son's coat or no. And he knew it, and said, It is my son's coat. An evil beast has devoured him. Joseph is without doubt rent in pieces. And Jacob rent his clothes and put sackcloth upon his loins, and mourned his sons many days. And all his sons and his daughters rose up to comfort him, and he refused to be comforted. And he said, "For I will go down into the grave until my son's morning." This his father wept for him. And the Mennonites sold him into Egypt, into Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh and the captain of the guard. And it came to pass that time that Judah went down from his brethren and turned into a certain Elamite whose name was Heber. And Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite whose name was Shala, and he took her and went into her. And she conceived and bare a son, and he called his name Er. And she conceived again and bare a son, and she called his name Honor. And she yet again conceived and bare a son, and called his name Shelah. And he was at Sheba when he bare him. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord slew him. And Judah said unto Aaron, Go into thy brother's wife, and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother. And Anan knew that the seed should not be his, and it came to pass, when we went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give his seed to his brother. And the thing which he did displeased the Lord, therefore he slew him also. Then said Judah to Tamar his daughter-in-law, Remain a widow for thy father's house, till Shala my son be grown. For he said, Lest peradventure he die also. And his brethren did. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house. And in process of time, the daughter of Shalom, Judah's wife, died. And Judah was comforted and went up unto his Shishur to Tanah, and he and his friend Hara the Adamite. And it was told Tamar, saying, Behold, thy father-in-law goeth up to Tanah to shear his sheep. And she put her widow's garments off from her, and covered her with a veil, and wrapped herself, and saw in an open place, which is by the way to Tanah. For she saw that Shalom was grown, and she was not given unto him to wife. When Judah saw her, he thought her to be an harlot, because she had covered her face. And he turned unto her by the way and said, Go to, I pray thee, let me come in unto thee. For he knew not that she was his daughter-in-law. And she said, What wilt thou give me, that thou mayest come in unto me? And he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock. And she said, Wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? And he said, What pledge should I give thee? And she said, Thy signet, and thy bracelets, and thy staff that is in thy hand. And he gave it her, and came in unto her, and she conceived by him. And he arose and went away, and laid by her, vowed from her, and put on the garments of her widowhood. And Judah sent the kid by the hand of his friend and Alamite to receive his pledge from the woman's hand, but he found her not. Then he asked the men of that place, saying, Where is the harlot that was openly by the wayside? And they said, There was no harlot in this place. And he returned to Judah and said, I cannot find her. And also the men of the place said that there was no harlot in this place. And Judah said, Let her take it to her, lest we be shamed. Behold, I sent this kid, and thou hast not found her. And it came to pass about 3 months after that it was told Judah, saying, Tamar thy daughter-in-law has played the harlot, and also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Judah said, Bring her forth, and let her be burnt. When she was brought forth, she sent to her father-in-law, saying, By the man who these are, I am with child. And she said, Discern, I pray thee, who are they? The signet and bracelets and staff. And Judah acknowledged them and said, She hath been more righteous man than I, because that I gave her not to Shalom, my son, and he knew her again no more. And it came to pass in the time of her travail that, behold, twins were in the womb. And it came to pass when she travailed that the one put out his hand, and the midwife took and bound upon his hand a scarlet thread, saying, This came out first. And it came to pass, and he drew back his hand, that behold, his brother came out. And she said, How hast thou broken forth? This breach be upon thee. Therefore His name was called Phares. And afterwards came out his brother that had the scarlet thread upon his hand, and his name was called Zara. And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Pharaoh, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, brought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer of his house, and all that he had he put into his hand. And it came to pass from the time that he had made his overseer in his house, and over all that he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. And the blessing of the Lord was upon all that he had in the house and in the field. And he left all that he had in Joseph's hand. And he knew not all he had, save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored. And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph. And she said, Lie with me. But he refused, and said unto his master's wife, Behold, my master wanteth not what is with me in the house, and he has committed all that he has to my hand. There is none greater in this house than I, neither has kept back anything from me but thee. Because thou art his wife, how then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? And it came to pass, as she spake to Joseph day by day, and he hearkened not unto her, to lie by her, or to be with her. And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house there within. And she caught him by his garment, saying, Lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand, and fled, and got him out. And it came to pass, when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand, and was fled forth, that she called unto the men of her house, and spake unto them, saying, See, he has brought in an Hebrew unto us to mock us. He came in unto me to lie with me, and I cried with a loud voice. And it came to pass, when he heard that I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled and got him out. And she laid up his garment by her until his Lord came home. And she spoke unto him according to these words, saying, The Hebrew servant which thou hast brought unto us came in unto me to mock me. And it came to pass, as I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled out. And it came to pass, when his master heard the words of his wife, which he spoke unto him, saying, After this manner did thy servant to me, that his wrath was kindled. And Joseph's master took him and put him unto the prison, a place where the king's prisoners were bound, and he was there in the prison. But the Lord was with Joseph, and shewed him mercy, and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. And the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph's hand all the prisoners that was in the prison, and whatsoever they did there, and he was the doer of it. The keeper of the prison looked not to anything that was under his hand, because the Lord was with him, and that which he did, the Lord made it to prosper.